In Sligo town, there's no escaping the poet W.B. Yeats. One has only to turn one's head to find his image or his name. Street signs point the way to landmarks of the Yeats country. And as Kaz and Ray from Southampton play an Irish air on dulcimer and flute this week on a Sligo street corner, over their heads one catches the welcoming sign of the Café Yeats. Across the street is the Winding Stair bookshop, named after a collection of Yeats poems. The bookshop has commissioned artist Andrew Wilson to paint a mural depicting scenes from Yeats' life and poetry. Andrew is English and came to Sligo only 18 months ago, but like many in Sligo this week, he came as no stranger to Yeats.
I studied him at school, little knowing that over 20 years later I'd be working in such depth on him. But I did love the poetry then. It's one of the few bits of my English A-level that I really enjoyed.
Andrew's love of Yeats is shared this week by 150 students and scholars from 14 countries who have come to Sligo for the annual Yeats Summer School. The school is run from the Yeats Centre here, and it has been going now for a whole 37 years.
Yeats himself loved Sligo. His family came from Sligo. He returned there at every opportunity. And the places that he wrote about in his poetry are the places that people come to Sligo to see. They make pilgrimages here to see his grave at Drumcliff and to Glencar, to the Song of One, or to Lochgill. And I mean, without Yeats, I just don't know would we really be on the maps in Sligo.
One pilgrim to Sligo is Professor Ron Shooter, a Texan who teaches in Atlanta, USA. He's currently director of the school and says it has continued for so many years because of the greatness of Yeats and because new ways keep opening up of looking at Yeats and renewing his poetry for new generations. He is a Yeats enthusiast.
I never tire of picking Yeats up. Sometimes it's a relief for me to go from Yeats back to a poet like T.S. Eliot, but it's also a great relief to leave Eliot and come back to Yeats and let the light in and open up the doors and experience Yeats's buoyant spirit and undefeated view of life.
That the appeal of Yeats extends beyond the English-speaking world was evident from the strong Japanese contingent at this year's school. Mitsuki and Rika, like all Yeats lovers, had favourite lines running through their heads.
I went out to the hazelwood because a fire is in my head, and cut and peeled a hazel wood and hooked a berry to a thread.
And Irish and other Westerns play Japanese roles as Professor Masaru Sekine directs a workshop for a Yeats play in the Japanese tradition of no theatre. Why was Yeats, do you think, attracted to the theatre of your country?
Well, I think Yeats was long looking for poetic theatre, which was really the opposite of the current realistic theatre represented by Strindberg and Ibsen. Ireland has a long tradition of poetry, so he was looking for, obviously, a poetic theatre. And he came across this form of theatre.
Mary McGowan from Shakespeare's town of Stratford-on-Avon is one of the Yeats School's most loyal supporters. She's been coming here on and off for 26 years. She is drawn here by the poetry and by the setting.
It's the Yeats and the place that I find very attractive. And to come back once a year is a great pleasure to me. I suppose what I most like about it is its setting, with wonderful Ben Bulbin there behind us, and Knocknarea not very far away, and this river, and Lochgill. I don't think I'd like the town so much if it were in the middle of Ireland, without any of these splendid scenic bits all around it. That's lovely.
Under Bear Ben Bulbin's head in Drumcliff churchyard, Yeats is laid. By his command, these words are cut. Cast a cold eye on life, on death, horseman pass by. Mary McGowan said she'd like us to take her there.
To feel that Yeats decided to be buried here under the shadow of that mountain. This is where he wanted to be, brought back here from when he died in the south of France. This is his place. And to that extent, yes, I think everybody who loves his work and admires the man wants to come here. I think this is a place to come. among other places. Don't you?
Exotic expertise at the Yeats International Summer School.